Hello, good morning, happy Monday. David here. Today we're going to be talking about the first step in your daily English praxis, the number one thing that top English students do to achieve fluency. So, quick review here of the weekend. I did not record any new videos Saturday and Sunday. Saturday I was busy teaching class and organizing things, and then Sunday I took the day off to rest and relax. But it was a lot of fun interacting with those of you in the comments. So a big shout out to Rena, Malak, Yassine. We were discussing things like the short I sound, the difference between British and American pronunciation, and Yassine telling us about his experience living in Sweden after having moved there. So where he likes working out and playing volleyball. I enjoy playing volleyball. It's a great sport. So here where I am, it is a very rainy day. So it's cold, cloudy, overcast, and we are about to hit the road. Time to get the show going here. Cold, cloudy, rainy, but it's almost the end of the rainy season. Dry season will be starting here soon. So let's talk about step one of the daily English praxis. Remember we talked about the 10% and the 90% principle. So in the 10% principle, you do your big plan. You know where you're at through a fluency test, where you want to go, your why, your motivation, and then your action plan, the steps that you're going to take to get there. A couple of different ways you do that. I recommend the number one thing you focus on is your time studied. So every time you study, jot down how much time you spent studying, because then you know how long it's going to take you on average to reach your next goal, so you know when to take your next level test and to see if your skills have developed. So if you need help with that and you want to join our next level English program, let me know. We can help you out with the fluency test, help you figure out what level you're at, what obstacles you're going to be facing and need to overcome, help you plan out your schedule and make a study plan, help you create a study plan to achieve your goals, and help you figure out about how long that's going to take and create that action plan with you. But once you've got that plan, then every day you have to keep investing in yourself and continue studying, right? That's the 90%. That's doing what you need to do to reach your goal, that daily grind, developing those positive habits. So the number one thing that I recommend you do every day, I'd recommend you do it at least twice a day. In the morning, when you wake up, and at night, before you go to bed, write down your goals, what you're trying to accomplish, why. It'll help you stay motivated. And at least I know it does for me. So when I do that, I usually write my goals down in the notebook in the morning, and then at night, jot them down again before I go to bed, just so I keep those things fresh in my head. I'm like, okay, this is the stuff that I need to focus on, because it's so easy to get sidetracked, right? So you wake up, you get going, emergencies come up, people need help, you get sidetracked, you start doing other things, and then at the end of the day you're like, what did I do? I didn't do any of the important things in my life. So preparing yourself psychologically is important. So that's the first letter of the daily English praxis. In our plain English praxis, the letter P, right? So it can stand for plan or prepare. Both of those things are what you're doing. You do your big plan, but this is your daily plan, okay? So number one, prepare yourself psychologically for what you're trying to accomplish. By that, I mean, like I said, review your goals, what it is that you want to achieve, why you're learning English. Keep that focus in your mind. Are you preparing for a test? And what's the reason behind that? Why do you want to pass that test? Why do you want to get into that master's degree? For example, here in Brazil, a lot of students need to pass the test to get into a master's program. So I have a group of students who are studying specifically for a master's program in the area of sociology. They're not even in the program yet. Just to get into the program, they have to take a test, and a big portion of their grade is in English. So that may be your goal, and then remind yourself why you want to get that master's degree. Maybe you want to live abroad. Maybe you want to get a job abroad. I have a bunch of students who are studying right now because they want to go live in Canada. So they want to live in Canada, work, get a better job opportunity. Whatever your reason is, keep that right in the forefront of your mind. So wake up, remind yourself of why you want to learn English. It's not just, I want to learn English, but why? What's the reason behind that? How's it going to improve your life? And realize why you want to do this. Once you do that, review the goal that you set for yourself, your short, medium, long-term goals, right? So what do you need to do this week? What do you need to do this month? What do you need to do this year to make that goal happen? So if you have a plan to move abroad to another country in 1 year or 18 months, then what are the steps that you need to take, the big things that you have to do, and what action steps can you take today to move that along? So today, you can study, in Duolingo. You've got your course later on tonight, your private tutor, you're going to meet with them. You've got a book that you can read. Gather the material that you have to study, the resources at your disposal, the courses that you can work through, the people who can help you. So all of those things that we've been talking about that are included, this is just where you're preparing yourself psychologically, okay? Remind yourself of what you can do to make those things happen, and pay attention to the times where you're going to be able to do that. Because there's a lot of times during your day that you can actually take advantage of to study if you're prepared, right? If you're not prepared, then those few moments will be wasted. They'll just slip on by. But if you're prepared, if you've planned for them, then you can take advantage of them. So you're going to go to the supermarket. At the supermarket, you've got to stand in line. So have something ready to study during that time. You're going to be waiting for somebody to pick them up. So you probably have a few minutes of in-between time where you get there and they're going to be arriving. So prepare something you can study then. If you've got to go to the bank and you're going to wait in line there, then at least here in Brazil you often have to wait in line. So I don't know what it's like in your country, but think about these things where you have moments prepared. So it'll probably take 15 minutes to do something. You'll have some time in there. What could you do during that time? Study a lesson in Duolingo, study a lesson on Buzu. Do you have a book that you can read, some audio that you can listen to, load up the audio on your program? For example, before I go jogging, I know that I'm going to have some different, yikes, big mess here in the middle of the road today. So when I go jogging, I know that I'm gonna need something to listen to. So usually once a week or so, I have to sit down and load up the audio programs that I want to listen to before I go. So like even this weekend, Saturday afternoon, I sat down, I was like, okay, all the programs, audio programs that I had to listen to on my cell phone, I had used up. So it's time to get some new ones. So I had to go back into Kindle Unlimited and replace my old books with new books for me to read and listen to during this week. So those kind of things, just preparing yourself so when those moments come, you're like, oh yeah, I'm sitting here doing nothing. I could take advantage of that time to study, prepare, organize, and not just waste the time that I've got today. So you come home after work and generally you're tired, you just want to throw yourself in the couch and zone out. But you're like, okay, I'm gonna watch TV anyway, so I might as well watch something that's gonna help me learn English instead of just turning on the news or a soap opera or whatever. Then have something prepared. Okay, I want to watch this movie, this series in English. I'm gonna watch it first, the first section in my native language just to know what they're talking about, and then I'm going to go back through and listen to it in English, watch it in English 2 or 3 times to really get down the pronunciation, especially if you're just beginning. If you're already more advanced and you can watch movies with in English, then just prepare yourself for what you can do throughout the day, so when those moments come, you're prepared and you're ready to go. And that's part of having your weekly schedule, so once you've got that weekly schedule created, and like I said, if you need help with that kind of stuff, you can join our Next Level English program. We'll be happy to do that. So then you can just sit down in the day and be like, okay, you're already ready. These are the things, the times that I have to study. What can I use today to fill up those times, take advantage of my time, not waste it, and accelerate my progress in English learning. So that's it, guys. Planning and preparing yourself each day is an important habit to develop when you start off, so that way you're staying on track with your goals and your big reason why until you accomplish your goal of becoming a fluent English maven. All right, so y'all have a great day. We'll catch you around and talk to you later. Bye-bye.